Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys with another video today. And today I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to do some position grades. I'm going to start this off with our roster that we currently have right now. More pickups will be probably added on down the road, but as of right now, I'm just going to start off with some position grades. We had rookie minicamp that just kind of wrapped up. It was a 3-day camp. Haven't heard too much about that just yet. Haven't seen too many videos. There's some things out there, but nothing to really do a video about or anything like that. So as of right now, I'm going to do some position grades, and I'm going to start it off with these quarterbacks. Okay, now I'm not going to do overall quarterbacks. I'm not going to do individual grades. I'm going to do a unit. So I'm doing this unit. So here we go, guys. It's probably going to ruffle a few feathers, and it's not going to be done on purpose, but this is just my opinion. So let's go. Now, before I start, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment. It's all about the like and comment with the positive and the negative feedbacks. I'm coming at you. It doesn't matter which. Let's get it, guys. So let's start off with these quarterbacks. Now, I'm going to start with the backups here, okay? Because we're going to need a touch of positivity at the end. Just touch. I can't even tell you with a straight face who's going to be our number two. In Detroit, some people seem to think that David Blau doesn't have a shot and it's going to be Tim Boyle. Some people think the other way around. But I would say majority think it's going to be Tim Boyle. I don't understand that. To tell you the truth, I really don't. So I'm going to start with the backups, like I said. And I'm going to start with Tim Boyle as the number 3 guy. This is the interesting guy here, though, man. Tim Boyle, number 3 quarterback on the roster, 6'4", 232 pounds, 26 years old, big kid, man. His college days, you'd almost think you'd want to forget about his college days because it was bad. It was bad. He had 3,371 yards, 12 touchdowns, 26 picks, and a 55.5% completion percentage, minus 162 yards rushing, 1 touchdown in 4 years. Now, he went to UConn. Then he was at UConn for 3 years. Was a starter to not starter, quarterback by committee. I don't really know what was going on at UConn. Don't really know what was going on, but no idea what was going on there. But he was 3 years he was there. He only threw for 1 touchdown in 3 years, 13 picks, and a 48.4% completion percentage. That's what he did at UConn. Then he entered the transfer portal, went to Eastern Kentucky, played much better, becomes a full-time starter there. 2,134 yards, 11 touchdowns, 13 picks, 61.5% completion percentage. The man had a problem throwing a lot of picks, man. He threw a ton of picks in college. Never ended up getting drafted. Green Bay ended up picking him up. Now, he ended up throwing for 15 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks, at a 75% completion percentage. He only threw 4 passes, though, completed 3, minus 16 yards rushing. Now, he's not going to get on the field. He's not going to get on the field in Green Bay, but one thing he did do is that he beat out Jordan Love to be the backup quarterback in Green Bay. Word out of Green Bay or word out of NFL is that Jordan Love is a train wreck. That he's not that good of a quarterback. He's just not good. So, but he was drafted in the first round for some reason. Tim Boyle ended up, an undrafted kid, ended up beating him out. How? I don't really know, but I guess he had a phenomenal preseason. In Green Bay, Tim Boyle. Then there was like a cult-like following of this kid in Green Bay. Okay? Then all because he tore it up in that preseason, 1 year maybe. I don't really know. Was it Jordan Love was that bad? It could have been a mix of things, right? And then his free agent time came up. He was going to become a free agent. Green Bay never offered him a contract. Lions picked him up. This year. Now, Lions fans, I don't think have bought into the hype just yet, but Green Bay fans were very upset that they let this kid go and that we picked him up. People thought he was going to be the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how obviously the coaching staff never felt that, or they would have signed him, right? Obviously the coaching staff never felt that, or they would have re-signed him. But just like it happens every time in every single sport. It doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, hockey, whatever, basketball. There's always fan favorites. Fan favorites that just people get too hyped up about for no reason. We've had him here in every sport. We had Brandon Edge here. We had guys like Zach Follett. You guys remember him? We had Zach Zenner. Everyone thought he was the next Mike Allstott. Everyone thought Zach Follett was the next Ray Lewis. Like you know what I mean? It was just like it was ridiculous, but it always happens. It just doesn't happen in Detroit. But Tim Boyle, I think, starts off this year as our number 3. And then we go on to David Blau, who I think is going to be the number 2, 6'1", 205 pounds, about 25 years old, a little bit younger. Way more productive in college, went to Purdue, is a Purdue Boilermaker, through the air and on the ground, way more productive. 9,734 yards, 69 touchdowns, 43 picks, 61% completion percentage his college career, 262 yards rushing, and 13 touchdowns on the ground, actually, at Purdue. Then Cleveland ended up picking him up. I think they drafted him, and I want to say they drafted him in the 6th or 7th round. Don't quote me on that. We ended up trading for him a couple years ago. Bob Quinn ended up trading for him after a preseason game, I think, with Cleveland. We ended up trading for him, stuck on the roster. Now, he's actually played in regular season games. So in the NFL, 1,033 yards, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks, 54.3% completion percentage. Has a problem with throwing interceptions as well, though. Just kind of the same thing as Tim Boyle. And a bit smaller, 6'1", 205. Now, he's had more experience than Boyle by a mile, so I think he just got the leg up. I think he has a leg up on Tim Boyle, and I honestly think he's going to become our number 2 to Jared Goff. Now, on to Jared Goff. Jared Goff, number one guy, 6'4", 220 plus pounds, 26, former number 1 overall pick in 2016 by the then St. Louis Rams, now the LA Rams. 12,195 yards, 96 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, 62.3% completion percentage at the University of California for Jared Goff. Not much on the ground. Tore it up his last 2 years at the University of California, Golden Bear. Earned that number 1 overall pick. Eventually get a number 1 pick, getting drafted by the Rams. Started 7 games as a rookie. Struggled the most part, as most rookies do. Then turned it on his 2nd and 3rd year as a Ram. 18,171 yards, 107 touchdowns, 55 interceptions, 63.4% completion percentage. 5 years in LA. Now, fumbles and interceptions have plagued this kid for the past 2-3 years now. He went off his first couple years, struggled his rookie year. Then 2 and 3 were excellent for him, and then he just started like fumbling and throwing more picks, getting worse as time went on. Now, he had a feud with his coach Sean McVay over Texas about McVay's then fiance or whatever, and things got pretty heated. I guess there was things going on in practice, things going on sidelines that were between McVay and Goff that were pretty bad. They had a sour relationship. It just turned sour. Nothing couldn't be fixed. So the production, the production started going down a tad. Nothing too crazy, but it did start going down a tad. Goff wasn't that Pro Bowl quarterback that he was the past couple years. So the last 2 years were getting worse as his interceptions were going up, his production was going down. It was starting to look like a train wreck. It was starting to look like a change needed to be made. And swept in the Detroit Lions, and LA Rams made a trade. We ended up trading Goff for Stafford. We got two future first round picks. We got a 3rd round pick this year that we used, and the rest is history. Now, Jared Goff has playoff experience on his side, a couple playoff wins under his belt, been to a Super Bowl, so he has that experience. But quarterbacks don't do it by themselves like a lot of people think they do. it is a team effort, capital T, capital E, capital A, capital M. It is a team effort that these players have to go, that success on the field happens. It's never just a one-man show in football. This isn't basketball where a guy can just literally take over a game. It doesn't work like that, okay? And this is no knock on Jared Goff. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback. He's been there. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's won playoff games, but he didn't do it by himself. Now, the grade. If I'm going to give this whole thing a grade, it's an overall grade. I'm going to give this a B minus. It's not a bad grade. If I was to probably do this with just Jared Goff himself, I'd probably bump it up to a bit, maybe probably a B, maybe a B plus, probably a B. I'd probably bump it up to a B, at least a B. And then if it was Matt Stafford, I'd probably only bump it up to a B plus. I think it's a downgrade from Matt Stafford, not by a lot, but it is a slight downgrade, talent-wise. Not talking about playoffs. I'm not talking about playoff wins. I don't care, okay? Because Jared Goff is on another team now. He's gonna have to show that he is a former number one overall pick for a reason. And I'm not saying he has to win games by himself, but he needs to play better. He's a quarterback that lives off the play action. He's a quarterback that doesn't have a great deep ball, but he does live underneath. He has a solid pass underneath when it's underneath 15 yards or 20 yards and in. He's better there. He has trouble throwing the deep ball. He does. The last couple of years, he has shown that. Now, we need to surround this guy with talent just like they did in LA. They surrounded Jared Goff with talent. Now, I'm going to stick with this B minus. I think it's a pretty fair grade. I think it's a pretty fair grade. It's not a knock on Jared Goff. It's, you know what I mean? It's just that Tim Boyle's got very little experience. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he'll win this number 2 job. And David Blau is just, he's not that great either, but he has a little bit more experience. He's played in games, you know what I mean? Boyle has thrown 4 passes his whole NFL career. So to say that guy is a lock to be the number 2 guy is just, I think it's delusional. I want to see it, you know what I mean? Like, prove me wrong. That's all I want to say. And I'm fine coming back and saying, hey man, good job Tim Boyle. I got no issues with that, man. But as of right now, this grade is getting a B minus. This position itself as an overall unit is getting a B minus. I don't think it's that bad. Thanks for the video, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and like and comment back and forth, negative, positive, I don't care. I'm coming at you either way, man. Thanks a lot, guys. Boom, go Lions.